let's transition on over and get started, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday live stream that admittedly started a little bit later than many of you become accustomed to, but NFL, so the National Football League, American football, the only football that matters. Actually, I like all footballs, but yeah, it's up and rolling now. So Rev's kind of focusing on that. So I've got my podcast that launched today, so start a little bit later today. And just go ahead and let y'all know this could be something that happens normally on Sunday where the time will vary based on when that game is happening. So just FYI for the next few months, it could be a little topsy-turvy, but very glad that y'all are here. I'm prepping for a video tomorrow. We'll be going over the espionage stuff for tomorrow. And then, tomorrow's video is espionage related. We'll go over just the basic information, the strategies, and what we're looking at there. And they're working on content throughout the week. Still haven't done a bad crew video, which of course we need to do that. And yeah, there's always content to make. And then excited to say that we will have a Observation Lounge podcast, and we'll have other Team RD members join in. So we've got our nerdy podcast actually happening this week for the first time in a couple months. So yeah, it's been a fun weekend, hopefully for everybody. It's been a very smooth running weekend for the most part, and hopefully everybody's having a good time. Russ Dog, thank you for the $5 super chat, supporting the channel. You are incredible. Incredible. Thank you sincerely from my heart. And for those curious, on my team, it is the New Orleans Saints. I am a who dat, have been my entire life, and even got to cover the team as a journalist professionally for 3 years. So which was pretty fun. So. Are you going to do a video to review Strange New World Arc Review versus Lower Decks? No, I was not going to do a Lower Decks versus Strange New World video. No, I was not. So, not that I'm trying to ignore the idea, just that wasn't on the agenda. And I don't know when I could fit that in. I've got a lot of videos that are kind of like backlogged right now. And usually, if things run smoothly, like we don't have last week. So last week, obviously, I'm making videos about Gala and how we had to free her and all this other stuff. Well, that interrupts my normal programming, if we would call it that. You know, normally in those situations, I'll be doing other videos, prepping you for content, going over Starbase content, which I appreciate DJ putting out a Starbase video. I will have one this week, but you know, some of my content gets delayed based on how Scopely acts the first week of an arc. So I'm a little bit behind. You know, like, for example, Victor talking about those recruit packs. The recruit packs are terrible value-wise, but I've already had a meeting with the dev team about that. And the meeting went pretty well. But I have been able to talk about that. So I've got a backlog of videos, and I try not to be that guy that puts out like 3 videos a day. I just don't. One live video and then a regular video is the limit I try to put myself at for all of y'all. So I promise I'm not ignoring content. I try to get out as much content as possible, but it is a tricky job and a tricky balance. So appreciate y'all. Arctic, yeah. Hey, I appreciate the Vikings because I'm a very much, and we will talk Star Trek, I promise everybody. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers just at all. So I appreciate the Vikings with the big W there. I appreciate the Vikings tearing down Aaron Rodgers. It makes me very happy. I like the Green Bay Packers. In fact, when I went through my scouting process and, you know, learned the different mannerisms, the different techniques that they teach in that, part of the tree that I come from is Ron Wolf, who was former general manager of the Packers. So I actually like the Packers. Can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Cannot stand that dude at all. So anytime that he looks bad, I'm here for it. You're a Packers fan and you now hate Rodgers? Yeah, I can't blame you. Can't blame you at all. Are you at least neutral on Mahomes? Oh, I'm full in on Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. Love Patrick Mahomes. Don't really care about the Kansas City Chiefs. Love Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, there you go. DJ just said the new recruit packs are not complete and other things are coming. Like I said, Boxer, they are complete. This is exactly how it was planned to roll out. That doesn't mean that it's not subject to change. But what you saw is exactly how it was intended to run. And I had a great meeting with the devs about the recruit. Probably, I think it's been like 5 days now. But I don't want to word things that seem a little misleading. I'm not saying DJ's intentionally trying to be misleading. But how the packs were released is exactly how they were meant. Now, what DJ is probably alluding to is that if you go to the new packs, in your store, you'll notice that there's only that first one. Like there's only the Elite Federation Recruit, just this one. And he's probably alluding to there's probably going to be more. My problem with that is it doesn't matter if there's more because the price value per shard is awful. Faction credit per shard. So I had a meeting with them to explain that and give them an idea where we're coming from. I went over math. I talked about how much we actually earn in shards every single month. And hopefully this results in change, which in the long term will mean that we are getting a better version of what we see now. That's my goal, to get a better version of what we see now. So DJ is mad because Scopely made it look like DJ has egg on his face over the packs. Yeah, I mean, they do the same thing to all of us. You know? I mean, when they talked to us about it, it was like, these will be a little bit more expensive. Well, we are way past a little bit more expensive. At the same time, there are advantages to how it rolled out. For example, because it has its own currency, that means that these could roll out with you having specifically events that pay out that currency. So the good part of it is they can now pay these out in various events, meaning they can give that away versus the other ones, which were just basically faction credit based. So there are potential advantages, but overall the price is bad and the price will have to be adjusted. So working on that process. Saw Rogers on Rogan, seemed like a good guy. Nicholas, nobody keep in mind, very low level NFL guy when it comes to journalism and everything. Literally nobody I've ever met in and around the league, personality wise, likes Rogers. The dude just is not a likable person, apparently. But as a football player, he's insanely good. Insanely good. Are you in ass catcher mode today because your hat is on backwards? It just happens to be on backwards, to be honest with you. There's no particular mode, it just happens to be. But yeah, I've literally never met a single person, even the people who cover the Packers, who like Aaron Rodgers. So just that, welcome to never meet your heroes. And that's been a problem that I've had too. Like I've had that problem meeting people in the league. I'm like, oh gosh, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. Duval, good to see you. Why aren't they added to daily rewards? I still get the regular reward packs for Klingon dailies, but not Fed Ramen. Samus, the simple answer is they're made to be new and extra. They're not made to replace the former setup. And the former setup has become a transporter pattern farm, which they acknowledge and they wanted to keep going, which is why they didn't throw all these officers into the old run. But that is also at the moment, there is no set for that. Now that could be in the future, they add these. And that's what I was kind of alluding to earlier, is that the final form is not necessarily here yet, but we still have to change the price point of it. I think the cost is okay. They just moved them old officers. No, the cost is still not okay, Maze. Maze, I'm so sorry. I try not to ever come at commenters, but how can you say the price is okay? It would cost me 50,000 faction credits to do 10 pulls. That's 80 shards. That's not okay. That is not acceptable. Maze, please remove your comment and never say it again. I really always try to be fair and accept comments, but there is no way I believe you can say that. That's not fair. 50,000 faction credits for me to do 10 pulls is no way a good price. It doesn't matter if you took all the old officers out. No, not at all. Not at all. You're telling me that 80 officers is worth 1/10 the cost of a pylon? No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not even close. So maybe I'm just talking too much out loud, but for me, it's not even close to being a good value for players. Not even close to being a good value for players. Cost is high, especially considering the old officer part of the pool. Yeah, agreed. But even if the old officers were out, it's still not good. It's still not good to me. Even if we took all the old filler officers out, it's still not a good value. It's way better value to spend those faction credits on normal faction pulls and just get transporter patterns and just hope that they one day come in. Because one thing about the pulls, since we're talking about, let's go ahead and jump into it. There's nobody game breaking or game changing in there except for the Klingon one, which has got Worf. The Federation one, wrong button, I'm sorry. The Federation one right here, the Elite, there's nobody in here that's groundbreaking, game breaking for a positive way. Now, there's good officers. Harrison's good, but Harrison is now the third best officer at what he does. So that's really no big deal. TOS Kirk, he's fine, but not necessarily required. The only time you need synergy from him is when you're running a TOS or Hura build with her as captain. So you don't really need TOS Kirk. TOS Spock, once again, needs to be tier 4, tier 5 for he really matters, and he's in transporter patterns. There's nobody in here that's groundbreaking. There's nobody in here that's groundbreaking. So, and the Romulans is just eat up with blah. This is just a whole lot of blah, mucho blah blah. And then you've got Honor Guard Worf and the Klingon, which I do like, but then the cost. So, and look, the Honor Guard Wharf sourcing here is way better than the Amalgam sourcing, and I will agree to that. But if I'm talking value, it's a terrible value in my opinion. Terrible value in my opinion. What happened to the heavy hitters SMS? I see the SLB, but not the SMS. I don't have the answer to that. I'll be honest, I've not talked to the devs today. I talked to them yesterday, but it had nothing to do with that. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the donate link, by the way. Anybody is welcome to donate. It's appreciated. Content creators can't make it without your help, and it's greatly appreciated when you do help. Got to pay these childcare fees. Clean out the old officers, and I'd be fine paying twice as much per pool, so 100 faction credits. Otherwise, add it to the ignore list along with the bad research tree. I'm right there with you, Hellbringer. Right there with you, my friend. And I hate to be that way because I love the idea. And I told the devs this, like, the idea for this is absolutely beautiful. I love this idea. It just launched very poorly and it's tough to get behind. Because here's the drawback. Like, when the game design hears, oh, we just 100% hate the new feature, well, then why are they incentivized to work on it? You know? Why are they incentivized to work on it? So always try to find a little bit of a middle ground. We'll have a video talking about this. I do love the idea. I think it's fantastic. But I will go and Wolfwood, when they say new research tree, I think they're talking about the Galaxy research extension, not the Starbase tree, which the Starbase tree is beyond good. But yeah, so just going from that perspective. But by the way, another video I plan on doing this week. See, I've got so many videos I plan on doing. Yo, Mr. Gidget, thank you for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate that $9.9 super chat. Also, I think the New Zealand 10 from Brigadier Jones. Thank you so much. And Jowl Lord, thank you as well. I will continue to advocate for the players as much as possible. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Hellbringer was talking about the Galaxy Tree extension. But the Starbase tree is phenomenal. Just go ahead and give y'all a heads up on my strategy. Get to assembly efficiency and spam this one as much as you can. Now, there's a ton of good things here, but literally my strategy was I ended up getting a little bit early on because I got overzealous, but go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and spam the assembly metal efficiency as much as you can. Spam it, spam it, spam it, spam it, spam it, spam it. And once you get that up, the ISO emulsion one is fantastic for your territory tree, especially if you're in the 40s like me and things are getting really pricey in that tree. Definitely get that going. So Matthew says Starbase research is awesome. Block alliance hopping, not awesome. I strongly disagree. One of the biggest complaints in this game for years has been that alliance hopping causes problems. It causes alliances to control multiple territories. It offsets the balance of territory battles. It just causes more problems than it helps. I love that this is blocking the hopping. Like, you have to pick where you want to be or go somewhere else and stay there. It prevents you from jumping day to day to day. I personally love blocking alliance hopping. I think that is good for the game. It forces one alliance to be worth one alliance instead of one alliance being 5 alliances because they have 4 sister alliances and everybody takes their heavies and joins alliance number 2 when territory battles comes up. I think this helps territory battles have more parity. I love this idea. We'll see how it rolls out though. I could be very wrong. Rev's not the end all be all. I could be wrong here, but I love it. I personally love it. Ooh, good assembly metal pulls. Sorry y'all, and all my excitement, I want to get all these pulls in. What about alliance mergers? Well, alliance mergers are a one-off thing. So yeah, you're going to lose your rep, but then you just get in the alliance and you earn your rep back. So at 42, do you recommend going 43 right to 44 or camping at 43? I recommend camping at 42. And if you want to camp again, then go do it at like 44. So, all right, I've pulled all these and I want to go do these researches real quick. And I'm almost, so tomorrow I will hit friendly with my alliance. I'll hit friendly with my alliance tomorrow. Honestly, alliance rep seems easy to get back. It doesn't seem like the bottleneck. So Giovanni, it's not a bottleneck here in the beginning. However, late in the game, it could be a problem when you've got some researches you want to get into. But yeah, for early on, I don't think it's that much of a bottleneck. And congratulations, Sean, on full pulling Strange New World Pike. So I'm going to go back in here and bam, this one. Ooh. Oh, yes. I'm going to upgrade that one as much as possible. Slagdar says, without trying, I've already got 3.7 million. If you want to hop, you need to focus on getting it back. I agree. And there's an avenue for that. You just need to full pull all three of your things. Now, I am single pulling the first two and I'm full pulling the third one because that's what I can easily afford. But yeah, there's a strategy and there's a path if you want to go through the path. I think that loyalty to a single alliance should be rewarded. And if I'm in the minority there, look, I won't push it. But that's just my opinion. I think it's better for everybody when you prevent alliance hopping. I think that's better. Now, I do know it'll hurt some people. It'll hurt some people who are trying to join a friendly alliance just to get a ISS Jelly blueprints. Maybe you're in a lower level alliance and you want to get those blueprints. I get that that hurts them. But overall, I think it's better for the game to prevent that from being a used mechanic. I think that's better. But that's my opinion. I'm definitely open to hearing what everybody else thinks about it. It's a new strategy, which means feedback is going to be very important to see if this is worth maintaining going forward. Is it worth maintaining going forward? Or is it more problematic? And only the players can answer that question. You know, only the players kind of point that out. I don't think that the grind is necessarily too hard with star bases. I think it's pretty fine, actually. So, hey, just keep in mind, I have only been a part of 2 alliances. The first for about 2 months, the second for the last 2 years. I've never hopped, but I understood the value of hopping when done right. I think that's a great argument to make. The only issue is what most people claim as done right is not what's most common. And what's most common around the galaxy is players using the system to, for example, there is one server, and I'm not going to call out a server's name because I'm not here to shame anybody. But there's one server that's controlled by 2 alliances. And what I mean by controlled by 2 alliances is the north half of territory is one alliance and all of their underlings. And the bottom half is alliance number 2 and all of their underlings. And they simply have been swapping. They put their big members in all these different ones they control. And it's literally split like the Mason-Dixon line in America 1860. So that's not good for a server, in my opinion. Territory is dead because it's been such a way that singular alliances can control entire swaths of the territory. And this makes that far more difficult now. Because is it worth sacrificing these very good researches? Is it worth that? I don't think it is. But again, this is just one content creator's opinion. Gilly says, I love hopping and experiencing the different alliance cultures. You learn so much. And that, hey, I think that's a legitimate argument. I think that's a very legitimate argument. I also think that if we could stop having our galaxy chats being so damn toxic, we could have that without jumping alliances. So, biggest problem with the new research tree is sourcing of directives is so low. We need better directive sourcing. I'll be honest, man. I'm really struggling with that argument. Uncommons are sourced pretty heavily, and the Cardassian armadas have better uncommon payouts than regular armadas. Now, there's an argument to be made for still running your rares and epics on Federation, Klingon, Romulan, but the uncommon armadas are actually better payouts with the Cardassian ones. So that's kind of up to you. I can definitely see that. And I'm never going to say that rare and epic sourcing is good, because it's not. In my opinion, it should be like how it is with Eclipse. But I'm also not saying that this has made it to where it's even more burdensome. It hasn't made it more burdensome. It's the exact same as it's always been. You're just now picking where those go. So to me, that's not the case. But that's only because he's using the exact same currency. And if it was, so here's where I'm really getting at. Let's go take a look at those armadas, and I'll explain why I don't think that's the issue. Here's why I don't think that's the issue. Let's look at Lausanne. If these Cardassian armadas took the same currency, but did not give out the regular credits, then it would be a problem. But it gives out both. So you're getting the Cardassian loot and regular credits from all the armadas. So to me, that makes it okay. If it was just, if we were only paying out the new Cardassian loot and you were having to spread your directives amongst 2 different things, I would 100% get it. I would 100% get it. But they actually set up to use the same currency and get the same loot. So because there's that overlap, I think it ends up working out. But we can continue. Keep in mind that this is not to say that I believe rare directive sourcing is good in the game. It's not. I just don't think that this made it bad. I just think it's bad in general. I don't think this made it any worse, though. I just think it's been bad and we needed to be better, but I don't think this made it worse. And hey, Triax, good to see you. Has it been revealed how Starbase rating will work? Giovanni, what makes you think we'll have rating of Starbases? What a wild and crazy idea. Is that even possible? Could that be a thing? Man, that would be cruel. That would be cool. Joseph, I have no idea. There's a vault on the starbase? I have no idea. Really? Is that going to... Whoa. Okay, those who aren't picking up on the very thick sarcasm and facetiousness, I obviously can't talk about upcoming features on the starbase because of the NDA. But good eye, everybody. Good eye. Look at y'all noticing things. Speaking of, how about I pull up my starbase for those who are unsure? For those who are unsure. So here's our starbase, loading very laggily. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you, Star Trek Fleet Command, for that level of lag. All right, so we have a starbase up at level broken display. Well, this is wonderful. Maybe if I back out, it'll display correctly. Nope. Okay. Okie dokie. So you've got your, this is the diplomacy? Nope, why did I click? I'm trying to click on the diplomacy thingy. Why can't I click on anything? There's diplomatic relations. There's diplomatic relations. And over here, we've got a plasma processor. And then over here, look at all these things I gotta click. A plasma vault? Oh man. Protection in the vault? Why would we have to have protection in the vault? Why would the vault need to have protection? That's weird. Huh. The vault's got protection. That's interesting. What's this over here? No, there's our harvester. So anyway, it's interesting. Just something to look at and note. Like, huh, cool, that's neat. That's neat. They do spawn a lot faster and there are more armadas available, but they will still probably be faction-only armada events. So, Robbie, so that comes to, as content creators and players, providing feedback to make sure that, hey, when we run those events, we need to make sure that the Cardassian armadas count. And as long as they adopt the new events to, assimilate these new armada types, then I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the Discord link. It's appreciated. Have to reset my game every 20 minutes because of glitches. You must be on an iDevice, iPhone, iPad, etc. Because that doesn't happen to me very often. This has been running, this PC client has been running probably about 72 hours without being rebooted so far. So, PC client though. Now my phone gets hot. And my phone will pop popcorn. But Rev said assimilate, proof that the Borg is next arc. You got me. You got me. Oh, you got me. As I'm trying to grind through and I'm trying to really need to relocate over here so I can do some rep grinding tonight. Your iPad's been fine. Good to hear, Andrew. I'm sorry, Boxer. And right before that, Andrew says that their iPad's unplayable. So there you go. Neon says, so it's FCKR armadas. Yep. 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 All right, let's go over here. I've also got to do my farming for my mantis today, but I've done a lot of it, man. Sunday's gotten really busy. You want to know how to get touchscreen to work on PC? I don't think that they've set it up to do that. So I don't think they've set it up to do that. Lock after 10 million is 1 billion. Yes, so the locks in the game for Federation, Klingon, and Romulan rep, 10 million, 1 billion, and then 15 billion. 10 million, 1 billion, and 15 billion. So you get this one ground out. We'll repair you. There we go. Best place to get reload tokens for a level 30. Probably grinding in separatist systems. So heavy hitter meta, just load up Borg, killing crew, and blast away. I am curious how much the Mantis helps that. So have a ways to go in your rep grind before I even hit the 42 ships. So my problem is I'm 43. I've got 44 cooking, and I've been flying through a lot of these upgrades just because, like I said, when I was going to push, my plan was always to push hard. So I am already very, very close to going to 44, and I'm taking advantage of this leaderboard that's out right now. taking advantage of this leaderboard that's out right now. And I'm still debating on how high I'm going to score. I'm currently ranked 10, and the top mark is 10 million. I'm thinking about pushing that and going into the top 3, which would give me 77. I think I can reach it because top 3 at the moment is right under 8 million. I think I can make another set. So I'm really debating pushing that pretty high, but I'm unsure if I want to do it. I'm unsure. I'm going to recall this real quick because I'm going to relocate to this. You're 39. When should I start faction rep to get 42? Roger, really, for me personally, because you got to start getting over 30 million, and that's when you change to 4-star dailies. For me personally, I only do that when I'm actually ready to start moving up. Now, this is going to vary people to people, player to player, but I would say not until you're actually ready to go into the 40s. Now, if you can push from 39 to 42, start that process early. If you've saved up the materials to push 39 to 42, then you can do it then. But isn't leaderboard sniping a thing on your server? To an extent, most people will do that, but I'm still going to try. And since I'm already leveling up, might as well take advantage of it. Keep in mind that that bracket I'm in is the 42 bracket. That's 40 through 42 in that list, and I'm leveling up here. So yeah, if you can do the dailies, then level up. The one drawback I have is I am running very low on 4-star gas. That's my problem. I'm low on 4-star gas, and I've got ore, I've got the rares, I've got everything else, but I'm running low on 4-star gas, and I need more things to spin crystal on. So it's mostly going to be using researches to try to level up if I do it, and using the docks themselves to level up. Using the docks to level up. Comcast is in the chat. No, we're streaming fine, DJ. Streaming fine, DJ Lunchbox. Don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. So I'm gonna do some of my researches real quick because I have a bunch of researches that cost lots of gas. Lots of gas. All right, let's keep going. I got my first 1 billion lock. I'm at 49. Plan is to hoard and get other 2 billion locks for moving to 50 stalls. Slack, I love that idea. Also means that you can pick whatever epic you want. So let's say when a new strike team comes out that could reset the meta again, you can pick what ship you want to go after. Right? Right. Pick what ship you want to go after. See, this uses crystal. I can use this and click. But man, oh man, the dilithium. Pain in the butt on the dilithium. But I've also got this. I'm really hesitant to jump too deep into that one because I need all that to level up. Need all that to level up. See, look at all these things I've got to keep pushing down. Level up our pylum when I get it, but also I need all that uncommon to level up my ops buildings and stuff. So tricky there. Tricky spending decisions. And the dilithium I'm just blowing through in all these researches though. Dilithium we're blowing through, man. All right, so when this gets home and docked, we're going to relocate up here and then we'll send it back out. Send it back out. Are you making sure to use your exocomps? I was this morning. I didn't just there for the researches, but my building exocomps I have. Why don't you wait longer to go to 44? Because I've got everything I really need except flying through researches, which I'll be doing a lot of tonight. I'll be doing a lot of that tonight. Buildings, everything was already maxed. Chips were already where I wanted them to be. It's just getting a lot of my research caught up, and that's not going to be too difficult. Valdor is at tier 5? Tier 4 still. Tier 4. I've got 2 parts I could do, but again, it's the gas. And, well, this one actually, yeah, there's the gas. And I've been holding off because I really don't need the Valdor any higher than it is. It's doing fine. So, relocate. And who is this? Sir, can I borrow some of that dilithium, please? Can I borrow some of that dilithium, please, sir? Please, sir, can I have some dilithium? Really use that dilithium. That's regular. I need concentrated. There we go. Any advice on a complete supply chain event for low 26s? No, I don't have that account pulled up. I'd have to let me pull up my other blue stacks and go take a look at it. Because I haven't even looked at what the metrics are for that account. Let me pull up the level 23 account and take a look. All right, let's see. There's a question about me explaining something. Can you explain how the consumables for the Manus work? Sometimes they work when I kill a hostile. Other times I have to kill like 20 in my inventory Really disappear. Yeah, they operate automatically. They operate automatically. You can only have one of each 3 active at any given time. They have a little timer on them. You can still end up having them collected after you hit them, but you only use 1 at a time. They do not stack on top of each other. You can only have 1 of each 3 active. Still 1 million ore, gas, crystal, latinum, or loot 1 million plunder. But that's just simply going to come down to OPC hunting then, because you can't really do plunder. Can't really do plunder. I didn't realize they hadn't made it to where it was more balanced for the lower level play. So that'd be good feedback for me to pass along. I'll take a screenshot of that. I'll take a screenshot of that and send it to our good friends over at the dev office. 1 million's it's a lot. It's a lot. Now you can ask somebody on your server. A lot of times high level players like myself will go OPC with an Antares and pretty easy to pass that loot along. But I'm pulling it up now to look on that account, and then I will hit them up and try to get that feedback for next time. So, because that's a lot of loot. That is a lot of loot. Yeah, with my amalgam, I finished it pretty quickly, but without that, that's very difficult. So I hadn't logged into my level 23 today, so I'm doing that now. And what I'll do is I'll send a screenshot of that and talk to the Arc Runner this month and say, hey, this is a little bit difficult to complete. Can you put your eyes on it real quick? And actually, I'll message them now to see if they're online. See if they're online by chance. And we can kind of bring it up. Not that I expect them to be able to make these changes in the middle of the night or anything, because it is 7:35 here. But here, I'll bring up my level 23 account while we're talking about it, so y'all aren't wondering what the heck I'm looking at. BlueStacks. Where you at, BlueStacks? There you go. Weird running with the old school, very old school style. So there's Cardassian Threat, the ticket events. Where is it at? There's Heavy Hitter. Is it under Officer Recruit? Nope, not there. It's under Espionage, right? Yeah, Espionage. Supply Chain Antics. Yeah, Plunder Cargo. Okay, so I'm going to shoot a screen of this and see if they say, oh, they actually are online right now. Responded to him. And I'll let y'all know what they say. Yo, Duval, thank you for gifting 5. I didn't even know you could do that. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. Nicholas Ferrari, Thomas Harvey, Usay, and Andrew Kirkland are now members. Thank you. And Falcon, thank you so much. I've heard anything about they're going to fix the cargo misreporting issue with Strange New World Lawan? No, I haven't. Yes, it does display incorrectly. It does technically work, and obviously that's super annoying, but I haven't gotten told that they're doing any type of fix. Now I'll let you know if the Arc Runner says anything I can repeat. Yeah, I see that, Victor. Any ETA on Strange New World Lawn sourcing? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Flex. You see I haven't logged into this in a few days. And let's see. Glad you bought a bunch in the last event store. Fair. How's that work? What's the perks? So Ferrari, depends on what level you're at. If you do have your YouTube account tied to my Discord, it will automatically put you in my captain's quarters. So they just gave you 1 month access to our captain's quarters where we post our hints and our extra stuff. So that's neat. Here, let me claim all these gifts. Oh, wow. I forgot all these gifts I haven't gotten. Wow. This is embarrassing. I'm so sorry for not logging into this sooner. Look at all these things. You're sub on Twitch, but I'm a little scared to give people my credit card number. Oh, give Google your credit card number. Fair enough, Harvey. Don't give me your credit card number. But Google's usually pretty trustworthy. But not sure, Dr. Juby, I donated a bunch here on Twitch. Duval, I appreciate all of it. And by the way, I promise I'm not ignoring chat. I'm literally just trying to talk to the dev about this issue and see if there's anything that they're going to do about it. So I promise I'm not ignoring chat. They just happen to be online, and I appreciate them responding in the middle of us doing stuff. So just want to, oh wow, I forgot I had these many. Oh my goodness, we'll be pulling officers. Give Ray your credit card number, he'll buy another house. I really won't. Sean, the issue of lower level players with this event about, what's it called? I just used my amalgam, so it was easy. Now I'm blanking on what it's called. But anyway, where you had to get the plundered cargo or steal 1 million OPC. So thank you, Odrin, for signing up to be an ensign. I appreciate it. Supply Chain Annex, thank you so much, Meme. Thank you so much. So we do try to look out for the lower levels. Okay. So short answer, what I can say so far from the conversation I'm having with them, they're acknowledging the problem and that they messed up, that they didn't take into account the level of difficulty for lower level players, and that they will definitely, if nothing else, they're going to have it adjusted for everybody moving forward. And I'm seeing if there's anything that can be done in the meantime. At the end of the day, if you do miss it, the only thing you're missing is 3 of the data rods, and from what they're saying, so anyway, I'm going to see if anything can be done. If nothing else, it'll be fixed going forward. So have a friend, another Lions, crash their amalgam into the lower level players' non-amalgam ship. That's true, Hamill. That could work. That could work. Just feed them stuff. All right, so I'm talking about the potential of just sending out the rods to player levels who didn't complete it, and we'll see if they bite on that. Here's the pushback I'm going to get when it comes to that. The pushback is going to be, there are players in like level 28, 27s who have completed it, and they don't want to give out extra rods to players. So we'll just see if it is something they can do, but I can guarantee that the next time this event runs this month, it will be easier to complete if you're a lower level player. So that's at least a victory. It was a poor launch, and they admit that this wasn't good for everybody and that they're going to adjust it. So I am happy about that. They acknowledge that this isn't how it should be, and that they're at least going to fix that moving forward. Yeah, Hamill, that would work. It's just difficult to get that, but if you can convince higher level players to either bring plunder to you or to bring an Antares or something loaded with loot, that will score. That will score. Thomas says I'm in the mid 40s, but anyone should have a bit extra as the lowest level players. I agree with you. I really do. Really do. All right, so official word from the dev team. They are aware of the issue of scoring in terms of how difficult it is for the average player as a lower level for that event. They will adjust it moving forward, and they will look into the potential of comping, but that's not a guarantee. They are not making a promise that that's going to happen, but they're aware of it, and we'll see what happens moving forward. So they're acknowledging it, they're admitting they screwed it up, and there you go. Ops 49, I'm going to wait and catch up on my research prior to 50. Is there any drawbacks with going Ops 50 that I'm not aware of? I mean, the cost to get to 50 is insanely high. So unless you're dumping a lot of spending to go up there, it's not going to be just easy to go from 49 to 50. There's actually a sticker shock for a lot of players to see the cost to get to 50 from 49. Basically, your grind from like 46 to 49 is equal to what 49 to 50 is. Maybe 44 to 49. It's a very expensive grind. Q, thank you for the $10 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. We say, how's it going, mate? A few questions. What's the max tier to take the Valdor? As I know we don't want to waste too much gas on it. Second, is the Merrick's tree still being avoided? So I still am pushing the avoiding until the economy gets updated to make that tree worth investing in. I will admit that I am feeling like a little pain point because I have invested in it, and I do have a lot of lack of research. Like you can tell I'm struggle busting a little bit compared to some other equal level players because I'm missing some of those researches. But that's something I decided to do. I don't expect everybody to follow my lead on that. I mean, just because Rev decides to do something doesn't mean that y'all have to do something. So keep that in mind too. As far as the Valdor goes, it's really up to you and your play style. How long is it going to be till you get to level 46? Are you going to use the Valdor for Armadas? Or are you going to use it for PvP? If so, then you probably want to get it to tier 6-ish, tier 7-ish. Don't max it out, of course, but how long do you plan to be in that range? And that would kind of determine how much you're actually going to use it. But that's really only something that you can answer because it's based on your strategies and everything. So you need to think on that and say, hey, I plan on doing this, that, or the other, and go from there. Go from there. Starting another research on the other account while I burn through officers. Exactly what it means. That's how we got free Gala to work. We do like free Gala. We do like free Gala. Sorry, I'm responding to the devs one last time. Forever wears jeans and flip-flops. I wear jeans and flip-flops. Thank you, Q. That's a little weird, but thank you. Thank you. Okay. Is the Kelvin useful in the same aspect? To a degree. The Kelvin is, in my opinion, the weakest of the three. There is a little bit of an advantage to rocking the Kelvin right now because the strike team crew, interceptors are natural counters to those battleships everybody are running. So having an interceptor is really nice, but keep in mind that those crews are going to adjust. Like, it's not going to be strike team Una running things for the next 6 months. Those new crews are coming sooner rather than later. And I prefer the battleships overall and then the explorers next. And the reason being is battleships typically have more hull health. Explorers generally have more shields, so they last a little bit longer too. And then interceptors usually have more attack, but you have to hit really hard, really fast. So. I wish Gala was fully reverted, but I really appreciate everything you did in regards to Gala. Well, Gala, hold on, Thomas. Gala was fully reverted, which is why I'm okay with it. Gala was fully reverted. Gala now works at 100% how she used to and how she should. What they did is they adjusted the armadas based on their poor planning. And I get that. That's fine. Because Gala still works against rares and epics. You just don't have this guaranteed epic going to, hit 100% criticals by round 5. So technically they made the armadas weaker, and that was part of the fix. And to me, that's okay. That's okay. Troy says, I don't understand the mana's consumables. You see them working in the battle logs of the hostiles, but not for us. Scopely keeps telling me they work automatically. I don't see in the logs. They do work automatically, and exocomps do not show up in the logs. They do work. They do work automatically. Deval, that's you've got to do that, man. I'm streaming. I can't do that right now, man. Literally send a screenshot. Send a screenshot. Or if you just connect your YouTube account to Discord, it'll automatically put you in. It'll automatically put you in. Early in the morning from Glasgow. Giants fan here, by the way. Wow. Hey, congratulations. Saquon Barkley had a hell of a game today for the Giants. Hell of a game today for the Giants. Can't believe they beat the Titans. That is not a game I would have expected them to win, but that's why I love football, because every year, up and downs. Up and downs. I love that. Sometimes you need to activate them manually. They need to fix that. David, that is no longer an issue. At least I don't have that issue anymore. They had rectified that. But look, there's always problems for somebody. How about the Philly Eagles? I hope all of Philadelphia, as far as the football team goes, crashes and burns and breaks their wings. I don't like Philly. I can't stand the fan base of Philly, to be honest with you. That is what it is. Any advice on what to use isolator rods on? I have a video out there tomorrow, but basically you pick. You pick. Now I will talk about it tomorrow. Joseph, I never have to activate mine. Now I'm about to do Manus hunting on my main account as I'm burning through these standard recruits on the baby account. And I'll show you, I won't have to activate mine at all. They'll be there. James, I'll be honest. Nobody in New Orleans really cares about the Bucks because the Bucks have just been kind of like the Saints don't consider the Bucks a rivalry. The only team in the NFC South the Saints consider a rivalry is the Falcons. Nobody really cares about the Bucks or the Panthers. So nobody really cares about the Bucks and the Panthers. Hell, most people don't care about the Bucks either, except you're good right now. But realistically, nobody cares about the Bucks. And when Brady leaves, I'm curious if they'll still care about the Bucks. Can you push for new features like players setting bounties on other players? Charles, I'm not going to push new feature ideas right now. No. Well, what I'm saying is I cannot go. Y'all have to understand that last week, I counted it. I got over 1,000 DMs in 1 week. I cannot take all of your ideas to the overlords. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't happen. But I'm not going to take like random one-off ideas that somebody thinks is great to the overlords. You know, it's got to be something that we're working on or a project we're working on, and then I try to do that. So. Giant says no one likes us. We don't care. Philly, the reason nobody likes Philly, though, is the same reason most people don't like Boston fans. They're just a-holes. The Boston fans are mostly not like because they're racist and a-holes. Philly are just a bunch of a-holes. Having been there and worked there, a-holes. But it is what it is. I mean, they take pride in it. So, I mean, as long as they're happy, that's all that matters. Who cares what somebody else thinks? But that's why I can't stand them. That's why I can't stand them. So, all right, let's collect this real quick. We have a large amount. Yeah. And that is what it is. Like, as long as y'all are happy with your fandom and stuff, it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. But that's why I don't like them. That's a very generic statement, by the way. It's kind of like, I don't like Scopely, but there's a lot of employees there that I really appreciate that work at Scopely. Can't stand the company. Your thought on the Raiders as a franchise? Don't really have much experience there. I didn't ever go to the West Coast, so. Espionage actions. I'll have a video on that tomorrow. Tiku. I have a video on that tomorrow. The only time I noticed them not working and you had to activate the menus when you enter a new system. After that, you go back to the system, they auto-activate. So I'm about to go in there now with my regular grind system. Go back over to here where I just started researching pure gas. And I need to check my warp range on the Manus, actually. I need to check the warp range on my Manus and see if I can even reach it. I don't remember what my warp range is on the Manus. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the donate link. Appreciate everybody who does that. Where can I find the plundering event? It is in the espionage events tab. You click that, which, by the way, you need to finish this. ATAs, you finish that. But Supply Chain Antics is the one about the plunder. Just use your amalgam, and it's pretty quick to finish. Pretty quick to finish. Yeah, not a bad idea, Dr. Gooby, to use Grush. I don't like using Grush because I have a loadout that I really like. But actually, I think the loadout I really like is on here. And I just sent the Fisha out. I need to return the Fisha to use the Manus because I don't use PMC on the Manus. Currently use Riker DCS in 6. I've seen you say that PMG or PBG is better. May I ask why? Depends on what armada you're running against, and it's very specific. And the reason being is that it's a 110% reduction in critical damage. So, like with the uncommon Cardassian armadas, which will hit 100% critical chance, say in 7 rounds. Then if you lessen that damage below 100%, they actually get weaker. And technically, you can drive it all the way down to 0. And that would be why. But it depends based on the armada. What armada are you fighting? What are the loadouts that your alliance is running? And that's how you're going to want to go and look. Thank you, Dr. GB. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. What about Troy Picard Bev? I'm not a fan of Troy. I mean, she's fine, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of Troy. And with these new Cardassian armadas, the epics and rares stack so quickly, it's better just to try to punch as hard as you can really, really fast than to worry about loading up with a bunch of Troy. So that's just my opinion. Hit as hard as you can, as fast as you can, take down the armadas, because Troy's ability is only going to work for a short time before the armada surpasses her. So I'd rather just punch really freaking quick. Obviously, easier said than done. And I am running low on dilithium. Running low on dilithium. I'm gonna need more dilithium. So here, let's use these speed ups. And let's go back over here. Checking for more things that use gas. Base of Klingons, that uses gas. That, and use that. Start her up. Kenny, I'm not making a video for the espionage event. I'm making it for the event store. That's the tactics for the event store. Epic and Rare no longer have that ability. The crit doesn't stack. Yeah, it's you're right. It's at 20%. They just took it away. So that's just me remembering old information. That's for me remembering old information. So I guess you can see why Troys are decent there. You only need one Troy in that case. So look at me, forgetting the update that we fought for. Forgetting the update that we fought for. Troy will work there. I wouldn't say bad rev, David. It's just, you try keeping up and working 60, 80 hour weeks with this company, and you let me know how many things you forget. You let me know how many things you forget. All right, 5. I need to check the warp range, but we'll worry about that in a bit. And I think I'll just use Grush here just to see. Confirm. Let's go see what the warp range on this Mantis is. It needs to be 7 to get out of the system. And do I have enough? I do. Do I even need to use Grush? I don't think I do. I don't think I need to use Grush. Here. This. The Lorca. Now go Mantis. Yep, I don't even need it. There we go. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go down to my hunting grounds. There's going to be these 35s. 75. Son of a biscuit eater. Son of a biscuit eater. Well, poo on a stick. Don't do that. That sounds gross. Yeah, what a glitch. You love the graphic glitches. New Calgary is just a system that has never worked right. Never worked right. Okay, just got word from the dev team of what I can say something. So, okay. Hold on, let me read through this real quick. It's like old Calgary, but dumbtist. All right, let me swap this out. Let me read this post. All right, so the cooldowns for, I'm gonna put them up on the screen just to explain real quick the timers and how it works. This is just from the dev team. So the cooldowns are meant to dictate how often you can vote. If it has a 24-hour cooldown with a 24-hour timer, the action is meant to be 1 per officer guest. If the cooldown is less, like 2-hour timers, those are options designed to let players split up their votes and go harder into one officer over the other. So if you see a 2-hour timer, you want to specifically go hard and say, hey, if I think it's Cisco, I think it's Kira, whatever, spin them all on that. If you see a 24-hour timer, that's meant to just be a one-time dump. You can spread those around. And we'll talk about that in my video tomorrow. Talk about that in my video tomorrow. Yes, I want to go there. Stop asking me questions. Send me. Send me where I want to go. Dennis, no idea. No, I'll be honest. Server 10, that issue that y'all are having with your chat got passed up the day it happened. And obviously it's not deemed important enough to be worked on. So I'm not trying to say that in a mean way. I promise. Not trying to say that in a mean way. DJ is suggesting one sacrificial Troy with synergy on the weakest ship for the epics and rares. Yeah, that makes sense now that I've thought about it. And Troy didn't make any sense when we had the epics how they were, but now it does make sense to have your weakest ship run that so that it takes away the critical chance entirely. Yeah, Kenny, there's server 10 has a very particular problem that's only affecting them. So, and what they have is they actually have a chat that's stuck on their alliance chat. Every alliance has got a message from a non-alliance member there. It's really weird. It's really weird. They're the only ones with that happen. No other server has reported that problem. But I did report it the day it happened. So, will they add more characters next month? I mean, there's new officers coming out next month. Yes. So the new meta is Troy with full synergy for epic and rare armadas. That is, I wouldn't call that the meta, because meta generally would cover the entire strategy. But for one ship, yes, it's a very effective strategy. Yes, Amos. So I had a screenshot. I don't have it handy because I've had so many different DMs, but essentially there's this one player on the server who sent a message and it is stuck on every alliance's AC. Every single one. It's really weird. Today, the chat message shows them being in packs. I wonder, are they changing alliances? Since the starbase is a miner, do plasma nodes behave like normal mining nodes? If so, where is such info, amount of resources, time till 0? So the speed that your the node depletes is based on your station. There's not a counter, but there does need to be. But the starbases are miners for now. They could be something else very soon. There could be other functions tied to the starbase. But for right now, yeah, they're miners, but maybe that's not what they are forever. Not what they are forever. Thank you, Falcon, dropping the donate link. Appreciate it. The node size depend on your level. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. But that's why we need a counter on there, so we can actually see that and then plan around it, because once it hits 0, you have to jump off of it. So just like a regular node. They're going to address with grayed out, backed out arrow, constant freezing. Sean, I don't have that. Keep in mind that just because you're experiencing something doesn't mean most of the game is. And you need to put in an individual ticket if that's happening to you. You need to put in a ticket if that's happening to you. The Death Star was a starbase? That's no moon. That's no moon. Will we get a video soon on upgrading the starbase? Again, it's on my list, and I was going to have a video out for that this week, or last week rather, but with all the issues the game had, a lot of videos got postponed. So Sean, again, this is not something that's mass happening to every player. Individual problems do pop up. Make sure you create a ticket. Make sure you create a ticket. That way they can get your device information. They can figure out if it's something with certain devices, etc. Say your video tomorrow is on new strategy for Cardassian Armadas. I did not. Not at all. Not even sure where you got that, Victor. My video tomorrow is about the espionage and the event, about what can you do and what the plan is for finding the imposter. So, finding the imposter. Oh, dang it. I'm 8,000 short. Son of a biscuit eater. Son of a biscuit eater. Put the Intrepid out here. What's my Intrepid's warp range? 75. Good. See if we can go find some OPC. Where do the stations exist? What do you mean, Nico? There's an event coming over. DJ recommends waiting to upgrade Starbase. I've talked to the devs, and the devs said that literally work on updating your Starbase now. You'll still be able to finish the AMS that comes around when that event comes around this week. They said that you'll still be able to do the AMS. Now, if you want to go for the leaderboard, there's nothing exciting reward-wise in the leaderboard, y'all. I can't tell you specifically what's in it resource-wise, but I'm just being honest. I told my alliance, better to upgrade now than hold off a week worth of upgrades for an ALB, which is why we're continually upgrading ours. Literally, the rewards are not worth sitting on. It's not worth sitting on. Upgrade and then just finish your alliance SMS when it comes around next week. That's my opinion. And when I talk to the dev, they're like, yeah, don't stop people from building and upgrading their starbase. They'll be able to finish it then. If you really want to win the ALB, cool, but the rewards are not spectacular. Like, they're just regular ALB rewards. So I'm encouraged. I think it's better for alliances to start working on things quicker and then just happen to finish that during the events than to sit there and either not build their starbase or wait to upgrade their starbase for that. I think that's bad strat, personal opinion, but that's based off having a conversation with the dev team. And hell, their strategy could be wrong. There's a guy who's going OPC hunting with Intrepid. So KF, there's a reason I'm doing that. The reason, KF, I'm doing that is look at the cargo capacity, 123,000 on the Intrepid. Compare that to my Augur, which has only got 52,000. Compare that to my Bortus, this is 136,000. The reason I'm using my Intrepid is because it's big, it's strong, and that has over 100,000 cargo. And I'm using, look at the crew, I'm using an anti-crit build and strange new or strike team Una. That's my KF. So get your crap together. Gosh, how do you not know the cargo size of your ships? I would use the Bortus, but just in case there's like a really big, like Vortivore out there, I want to be able to destroy it. I want to be able to destroy it. I don't want the Bortus to go boom. Also, the Bortus doesn't have the warp range to get out of deep space. The Intrepid does, and bigger cargo bay than my Augur. Bigger cargo bay than my Augur. Makes it where everyone else has burned through their starbase researches and my alliance will be able to push them all the second one. Yeah, go for it. I am really enjoying the starbase research tree. Really enjoying it. So now that we're getting past the problems, of the arc, and we're getting to actually enjoy the arc, there's a lot of good things in the arc. There's a lot of good things. Guru, I don't know if he talked to people I talked to. So obviously, you know, as Jason was saying, DJ just said the same thing. It's just cheaper to complete the AMS at a lower level. And while that's true, for me, it's the same thing as like what we talked about, like with the amalgam and everything. It's better to get it in now. To me, it's better to take the advantage. Remember how we talked about trade XP and I'm telling people don't save trade XP, spend it? Yeah, you might miss one event, but all the stuff that you could be getting if you weren't hoarding. Some things I understand the logic of hoarding. I do not understand the logic of hoarding this particular stuff for star bases. Spend the starbase stuff. To me, that's the best strategy. Get your starbase up and going. And I think that if everybody's doing their turn-ins every day, like my alliance is, you're going to have speed ups. So if I go to the inventory station right now, for my alliance, here's our speed ups. We're sitting fine on speed ups. We're sitting fine on speed ups. As long as everybody's doing the stuff every day, you're doing fine. And see, I'm not even one of the biggest pullers in my alliance. And we're just doing fine. Where is Rev? I'm curious. Where's Rev? Oh my goodness, am I really this far down? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my goodness, I'm 76. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Anyway, I gotta find this third exocomp. But let's see. Oh wow, are they not automatically proccing? Were y'all right? Are they not automatically proccing? They've been proccing fine for me for forever. I mine ISO. I mine ISO every day, usually. Oh man. Oh no. Look at that. What is it in under the consumables tab? Oh my goodness. When did this happen? Restart will fix it? All right, I'll do that. But I can just go ahead and activate them manually here. Really? This is the first time. Of course it happens on stream. Of course it happens on stream. First time ever. There we go. Now I just gotta see. Ooh, please leave that alone. Let me have the Apex. Leave it alone, please. I prefer them stacking, I like the auto activation. That's the first time that's ever happened. I've never had to do that before. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating. I've never had to go automatically activate high exo comps. Never before. Never before. I strongly prefer them automatically applying, but whatever. That's a first. That's a first. It's still worth hoarding ultra recruits to an extent. Like if you've got 150,000, stop hoarding them. What are you hoarding them for? Yeah, Usay, I know. There's nothing I can do about it, man. That's Comcast. Nothing I can do about it, my friend. That's Comcast. Reset this node. Debt. And let's see if we can see another Apex. Where are they launching? Where's Apex? Spawn for me, baby. Spawn for me. Can you hit several so you have a stock on the Mandus Exos? I guess you can. We need an Ultra Recruit leaderboard? I've asked. Here's the problem with Ultra Recruit leaderboards, though, and this isn't like behind the scene information. This is just obvious information. So I'm not giving y'all some big secret, and I don't think that I'll get in trouble for saying this. Many of you already know it. But here's the thing with those leaderboards. Y'all know that leaderboards are designed to do what, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, what are leaderboards? What do we call them? How do they act? They're auctions. Ultras do not make the level of income that a regular leaderboard does. That's just obvious logic. So as a company, they're not going to be as inclined to run those as we would want them to. Now we can keep asking, and I'm always going to keep asking because I obviously love those, but realistically, they don't like a lot of those because, oh, leaderboard's supposed to be for spending. Leaderboard's supposed to incentivize people spending money, and Ultra Recruit leaderboards don't do that. They don't do that. Oh, we got spam. We got spam. No, I got a moderator, but I think I grabbed them first. I got it first. I got it before the mods did. I wonder why this person is like purposely ignoring. Oh, there they go. So they were purposely ignoring the exo, not the exo, the Apex. Yeah, Dr. Juby, exactly. Yeah. Usay already have NordVPN. Has nothing to do with VPN, sadly. Sadly, has nothing to do with the VPN. It's just the Comcast, because where I live, they throttle the RMTP connection. Oh, son of a... Sir, how dare you? You saw me going for that. At the Amalgam yesterday, which is internally helpful completing the supply chain event. Yeah, Poker, we talked about that earlier. It's probably before you got here. We actually talked to the devs. They acknowledged that they made it too difficult for lower level players and that they will adjust it moving forward. They'll adjust it moving forward. So that's good that they acknowledge the problem and that they said that they'll, the next time that event runs, it won't be that, that same setup. So that's good. What I'm going to do real quick is I will reboot the PC client just because I want to make sure that those things are activating automatically. I definitely prefer automatic activation. So you have a new video coming out soon with Purpose of Lion Starbase. I will probably do that. Probably do that in maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I said a lot of my last week videos got pushed back because of all the problems we were having. So, all right, we rebooted. Okay. Hate that I'm having to use Grush right now. It's definitely throwing off my my grind. Having to use Grush is throwing off my grind. Poker compensation was discussed, but I'll be honest, I doubt they do compensation. I really doubt they do it. But I did bring it up to them, so I did bring it up to them. Any compensated with ops devs on new faction pack started yet? I've already had a pretty good, I think, productive meeting with them about that. So we'll just see where that goes moving forward. See where that goes moving forward. Yeah, Falcon. It happens, man. There's nothing I can really do about it. I've thought about looking into a business line, but the problems are the upload speeds are usually too bad for me. And I'm really happy, Poker, that you're enjoying it. All right, let's see if I can find another Apex. I'm really trying to hunt the Apex. Now, obviously everybody is, but in particular, I'm trying to hunt the Apex. Like the stream and double the likes from 1 to 2. Thank you, Victor. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are the new faction packs so freaking expensive for so little value? Again, not that I'm trying to ignore you, LeVay, but we spent the first like 40 minutes of the show going over that. So I would just encourage you to rewatch it. Short answer is I've already had a discussion with them. Hopefully it gets altered moving forward. Hopefully it gets changed moving forward. It's done, but it's taking my filling and killing my Devore from my main account 12 times and I have to babysit it. Yikes, Joseph. That is rough. That is rough. But again, they did say that if lower level players are unable to complete it today, it's not going to like be the end all be all and prevent them from finding out who the who the imposter is. My mind went completely blank right there. My mind went completely blank. What is the next Latin of Vault event? Probably this week. It's usually around the 15th, I think. If you're talking about the treasury, event. That I think. Ooh, there we go. Apex. Probably be sometime this week. Have to go ahead and check though. You think that the amount of people that stream, they would have a package for them? They don't care about us, man. All those big companies are run by old people who see streaming as not a real job and not real. So have the Manus, I have to say, is grind loop is the worst. The grind loop for the Manus is awful. I would agree with you. Same time, it has a lot of value it brings to your game. Hey, Dustin, good to see you, man. Good evening to you as well. We should be making a video regarding espionage. So not the event, but the espionage as a whole, yes. But not like the specific event that came out today. Another Apex spawns in. A Strange to World Pike, we're taking 5 on my tier 4 Manus and get 31k a run in a level 37 system. Nice, Robbie. Nice. My Manus isn't tier 4 yet, so I'm jealous. But ready to tell Comcast is doing something for a better connection. Yeah, I wish. Hell, I don't even like mentioning the name. It's just frustrating. But there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just stuck. Is what it is. Is what it is. Is it this one? Hey, Swarm Attack. Why am I getting points for Swarm Attack? Oh, Swarm Attack, I think, was the ticket event, right? That was a ticket event. Let's see, another Apex spawn anywhere. There it is. See if we can get there first. Yeah, no problem, Joseph. That's my job. Got to push things to him as much as I can.